this really special opportunity to watch such a top-class horse. His galloping partner today is Montperain, himself winner of 4 of his 11 chases. He was second in the Topham chase at Aintree last year when looking sure to win. And since then, he's finished 7th in the Paddy Power Gold Cup. He was a bit disappointing at Cheltenham on his last start just before Christmas. But Montperain himself rated around the 150 mark. That sets him out as a nailing good handicap chaser himself. I don't think he's got any fancy entries, but I did note an entry at Sandown in the Bet 365 Gold Cup. So that's Kauto Star's galloping partner today, Montperain, over on the fast side, dark blue cap, and Kauto Star, nearest to us, has completed the first half mile of this gallop under a very tight rein, and Ruby Walsh towards the outside. Again, we expect them to just maintain this tempo for much of the next 3/4 of a mile or so. Kauto Star then moves to the front of this gallop by about a couple of lengths or so. So Kauto Star, our fingers firmly crossed that he'll be back at the Gold Cup next week. His Gold Cup adventure started when beating Exotic Dancer back in 2007, then second to Denman. The year after that, he regained his title, first horse to do so in 2009 with that wonderful effort where he came home 13 lengths clear of Denman. And then, of course, back in 2010, that was the afternoon he took that horrible fall at the top of the hill. But he bounced back and defied so many people to run such an heroic race in one of the best Gold Cups we ever saw last year behind Long Run. Denman and Kauto Star, of course, turned for home together that day. A very, very special afternoon. So they head down the far side of the track. Still on a very tight rein is Kauto Star, just a neck in front of Montperain. And we'd imagine that in about a half a mile's time, they would then start to quicken things up a little bit. Kauto Star then, just a neck in front from Montperain. So the runners, or those two working together, are now making their way the far end of the race course. And now turning. Heading for that cross fence now. Kauto Star still just lobbing along on the outside of Montperain. Still not really moving out of first gear, which they've been in throughout the gallop so far. His famous big white face, Kauto Star, first to head into the home straight with Montperain. And as I say, Paul Nicholls' instructions from here on in was to quicken things up a little bit down the straight, and here they come past us. So Kauto Star and Montperain still together. And still he looks relaxed on a pretty tight rein here, Kauto Star. Just going to ease past us, and this gallop will be completed with Kauto Star and Montperain finishing upsize each other. They have quickened up. But he's obviously in good heart, Kauto, and he is hoping that he can once again illuminate the racing scene next week at the Cheltenham Festival.
Kauto Star wins by a short head. If we repeat those words next Friday afternoon, there'll be many, many happy people across the land. It was never going to be a race. It was visual proof that all is well at Team Ditch It, and Kauto Star is back on a racetrack, and it appears, if what we've seen there, but particularly from his visual well-being in the paddock beforehand, that he is very much on the road back. The bulletins have been upbeat throughout the last week or so. Bit by bit, he's clawed his way back to seeming full health. Ruby Walsh on this near side had him on quite a sort of loose rein throughout. Such was the enthusiastic tug that Kauto Star was taking. Daryl Jacob on the inside of Montperain, who apparently himself has had a breathing operation. We believe that there could be a tilt at one of the races over the big fences at Aintree's national meeting, so look out for him. He has been used as a galloping partner in the past and a build-up to the Paddy Power meeting this year, or last year I should say, and they just quickened up pleasingly in the closing stages, but as I say, it's all about well-being. And in the paddock beforehand, Kauto Star was bucking and squealing it. He had a good kick out as well at one stage when he was coming round. Ruby Walsh knows him so well, and he allows himself a smile as they pull up. An exercise in PR as much as anything else, visual evidence that all is well with Kauto Star. The big test, though, there's Clifford Baker smiling. The truth is he's been smiling for the last 2 or 3 days as the bulletins have become more and more upbeat from Paul Nicholls' yard. So he looks a happy man. Ruby Walsh was smiling, and we'll get reaction from both jockey and trainer shortly.